job, class. Real quickly, boys. My mistake, Laura. As we know, girls should be valued at the same level as men, regardless of the course content. I just hope you know how to work a handsaw. I have a feeling Steve here does. Now today, we're going to be working with pine to make the base for our spice wraps. Take a look at the grain on this wood, Steve. Beautiful material. Supple. Soft. Just like a woman's lower back and buttocks. Feel that grain, Steve.
Can you bring the wood over here, please, and get back to the instructions for today? I can't even see it from over here.
Sure. Here you go, Laura. Hope it's not too heavy for you.
Mr. Earlham.
Steve, please. Call me Bob.
All right, Bob. What are we going to use to cut the pine today? The hacksaw?
Excellent question, Steve. As we all know, we can't use the table saw or the circular saw after last year's tragic accidents that left 7 students hospitalized. 3 of them toeless. Of course, it's all because of the chicks in the class. Can't work well with their hands, I said. Shouldn't be allowed to distract the boys, I said. Apparently the administration doesn't care.
Excuse me, Bob.
Sweetie, Mr. Earlham.
Fine, Mr. Earlham. I wasn't even in this class last year, and I really don't think that those students' performances should reflect on my ability in this class, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I am on the A honor roll, and I take all A classes. I did an internship with my uncle's carpentry shop, and I made a wooden step stool and a wooden birdhouse, and I volunteered at a soup kitchen downtown.
See, that's just great. I've always said a woman's place is in the kitchen. You found your niche in that soup kitchen. You're able to combine community service with your natural feminine cooking instincts. I'm sure that soup is just great. 4.0 in soup. This isn't a soup class, sweetie. This class requires a natural strength. If you make me some soup, I might bump your grade up.
Bob, can you help me measure this pine?
What, this class doesn't require the ability to use a ruler?
It's a pretty complicated ruler. Look at all these tick marks.
Are you serious? You don't know how to read numbers?
Steve, don't listen to her. It's a proven fact that men's vision is far superior to that of a woman. Her retinas just lack the attention to detail that ours have. That's why it's so easy for her to read this ruler. To her, it's just like 1 foot-long block.
Yeah, too bad you need the millimeter marks to measure your dick, Steve.
I'm not sure I was listening earlier, Laura. If it's your time of the month, you can come back next week.
Listen, bullshit. You are a sexist pig and you should not be allowed to teach. It's disgusting and it's dangerous for you to favor beefcake idiots like Steve over here who don't even know how to run elementary fucking woodshop machinery, okay? I bet it feels really good that you had to get your degree online in woodshop. I bet it feels really good that I'm 17 and I have a vagina and I'm still smarter than you. I completed a fucking internship!
I heard some yelling when I was walking past your classroom. Is everything okay in here?
Principal Wigston, no, there's nothing wrong. It's just the tools are just really loud, and so the students have to speak up to be heard. I certainly wasn't violating any of those equal rights mandates we were talking about. No, sirree, or mammy. The point is, women and men are treated equally in my classroom. I know you said I have 1 more strike till I'm fired, but I think these guys can vouch for me, right guys? No sexism here.
Is that right, kids?
Well, Mr. Earlham was just telling Steve here all about that piece of pine and how the grain and the supple smoothness of the wood reminded him of Michelangelo David, you know, Demura.
Is that right, Steve?
No. He wasn't talking about a man's body.
I think Steve here clearly misheard me earlier when I was speaking. I was clearly talking about some sort of hoity-toity European culture stuff, you know. Everybody needs a well-rounded education, I always say, you know. She is a great student and a great listener. She is definitely getting an A in this class.
Okay, Bob, because I'd hate to make our monthly meetings weekly.
Oh, no. Never.
You know, Bob, an A is nice. But I'm going to need a little bit more than an A from you around here if we're going to reverse this gender oppression.
Mrs. Henderson! How pleasant to see my best student in class today. Would you care for a cookie or possibly a glass of milk or tea?
Shut up, Bob. Grab my feet.